Now, heading back into the classroom, for some kids, can come with a lot of anxiety and fear because they're the victims of bullying. And so we go back into the school year. We wanted to talk about it with anti-bullying and school violence expert, Dr. Claudio Cerullo, here now with some advice for families. Doc, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Appreciate you coming in. It's a shame we have to continue talking about this, but it is a problem.
Correct.
And what should parents, guardians, teachers look out for as students go back into the schools?
Well, I mean, sadly, post-Uvalde, post-pandemic, we look for academic signs. We look for drop in grades because of anxiety, because of depression, because of potential suicide. We look for the social signs. We look at kids who are not involved in activities, kids who don't want to come to school, kids who don't want to ride the school bus, or kids who want to be picked up when they generally walk. We look for the emotional signs, that withdrawal child, those psychosomatic symptoms. My stomach hurts, I'm fearful. Signs of kids who want to transfer out. They want to go to a different school because of potential bullying.
Wow.
So all of these signs come together for a child that potentially is a victim.
How do you determine, and I feel like we always have the question of what's the difference between normal anxiety of going back to school, maybe not being the popular child, and things that we need to be concerned about?
Well, look, every year parents make a conscious decision on trying to find the best fit for their children. And certainly academics becomes a first criteria, but safety and a school that truly promotes a bully-free environment is really, in my humble opinion, the most pressing criteria. Because again, the parents want their children in a safe learning environment.
Yeah, so these are the things that we look for,
right.
Okay? And hopefully we're attentive parents, we figure out what's going on. So what do you do if you suspect your child is being bullied? Like, what are the steps that you take?
So the first step is certainly documentation. We certainly want to have conversations with our children's teachers, counselors, school administrators, and even if potentially have a school resource officers. The idea is really to speak up and speak loud. However, the backlash to that is often retaliation. So children that's why we call it a silent epidemic. Children don't often speak up. They don't come to someone, an adult, a peer. So in part, in many schools like ours at Freedom Prep, we've established anti-bullying clubs, really, so kids can wrap around children who potentially don't want to come forward.
And you've been working on this for years. Like, I know you to be working on this for years. But there was kind of a success with some legislation that you were able to get through in Jersey.
Big success. Big success that started with our children at Freedom Prep. We started out with an anti-bullying club that led to children becoming ambassadors and trained. And then with the leadership of Council President and a team within this, Council President Fuentes and his team, we drafted the legislation, anti-bullying legislation, which is now an ordinance in the city, and we're only 3 cities in America to have that. Now what we have is a wraparound between connecting our schools and community together. So in New Jersey, unlike Pennsylvania, we do have legislation, and now we have a wraparound ordinance. So we're really taking a proactive stance, not a reactive stance to bullying.
I would imagine a problem with a parent is they identify that their child is being bullied,
Correct.
right? What do you do for the bully, or to talk to the parents about how they can help the person who's doing the bullying?
And we often forget the bully. The bully is a person also who's suffering in silence, whether it's an emotional or social issue or some underlying behavior that has never been attended to. And so that particular person or persons also need that support system, whether it's that therapy or counseling services or wraparound services, because you don't know what's happening to them at home, which again, whether it's a sibling, or their parents, or perhaps even a coach or someone that they once trusted, is allowing or fostering them to lash out at someone else.
Got to wrap. Hold up the book so we can tell you. If you want more information, Dr. Cerullo has this book. It's available all places. We'll get the link up on fox29.com. Thank you very much for coming in.
Bill.